Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me for this restorative yoga practice. My name is Natalie. I'm going to be leading you through a couple of poses that are designed to just be a rest in your day, a time to pause, take a deep breath, and relax. Today I'm using a bolster and a couple of blocks. If you don't have these props, don't let that limit you. You can always improvise with what you already have in your home. I usually suggest maybe a larger pillow for a bolster and maybe a few stacks of books for blocks. I'm going to be setting up for a pose how I would set it up for my own practice, but this is a practice for everyone. So edit for your own practice, edit for what you need in your body today. It might be different than it was yesterday. It might be different than it will be tomorrow. So just thinking about how you're feeling in this moment and using your body to give you an indication of where you need to go. As I set up for this first pose, I'm setting up both of my blocks, maybe about 2 fist widths apart from each other on their lowest setting. In addition to those blocks, I'm going to place my bolster right on top. We're coming into a supported version of child's pose. When you think about traditional child's pose, arms are extended, chest is anchoring towards the floor. In this pose, we're actually supporting our body so that this can be a sustainable hold over the length of a few minutes. The idea is to have your back relatively flat, so you're not at an angle. And you'll see once I get into this pose that I'm really nicely supported with these props. I'm going to take my knees wide on my mat, and I'm going to extend my upper body with my inhale, so lengthening. And then with your exhale, you're drawing forward, allowing the whole upper body to come down and drape over your props. Arms can rest on your mat, maybe down at your sides, or sometimes there's that little gap underneath your props where you can snuggle your hands together. Head can rest on either cheek, left cheek or right cheek. Just decide whichever side is most comfortable for you. You can see that my back is relatively flat here. My hips have lifted up just a little bit, and if that's uncomfortable for you, you could always add maybe a blanket or something underneath your hips and your glutes. Once you arrive here, you're just taking a deep breath in, lengthening your upper body. Exhale to relax. we arrive at those last few breaths here, those last few moments, take them deeper. Inhale, exhale, full rounded breath in and out. Final breath. When you're ready to come out of this pose, gently planting your hands on either side of your props, pushing directly up and away from your mat, letting your hips settle back towards your heels. I'm just going to push my props forward so that I can bring my knees back together, and then pick a hip. You're slowly coming down onto that hip. Your knees have been in compression for a little while, so take your time to slowly extend your legs out, maybe shaking, maybe moving. If it feels good, you could lean back on your hands, bring your knees to a bend, and maybe windshield wiper them from side to side. These poses, especially child's pose and any forward fold that you're doing, are designed to really stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the system in your body that encourages rest and digest function rather than fight or flight. So if you're dealing with a lot of stress or anxiety, these are really great poses to try, and you can kind of do them throughout your day to help you relax. I'm going to use the same setup that I have here with my blocks and my bolster for the next pose, but I'm going to turn it to the other direction. I'm taking my blocks, once again placing them about 2 fist widths apart, and then I'm going to take my bolster again and place it on top. This is a take on traditional legs up the wall pose, but I'm not actually using a wall. Instead, I'm elevating my legs on this platform that I've built. You could also choose to elevate your legs on the edge of a couch or a chair. When you're ready to head into this pose, you're letting your legs rest, calves on your bolster. Knees are bent, and then your upper body is going to slowly relax all the way back down onto your mat. Maybe gently lifting your chest off of your mat, tucking your shoulders beneath you, and then your arms are going to find a comfortable placement wherever you would like them to be. So maybe down at your side, maybe they're more comfortable out to a T, or if you'd like to bend at the elbows, come into cactus arms. Last option here might be if you like a little bit of a shoulder stretch to reach your arms above your head. Wherever you end up, take a deep breath in. Full breath out, melt your body towards your mat. Trust your props, trust gravity. Maybe close your eyes if that's a part of your practice, and settle into a steady rhythm of breath. As we come into those last few breaths, starting to bring a little bit of movement back into your body. It might be through small movements in your toes, maybe flexing your feet, pointing your feet. Or if you'd like, you could take a few rolls through your ankles. When you're ready to come out of this pose, gently guiding your knees towards your chest. You can actually take your hands, place them on your knees or your shins, maybe hugging in. And then gently rolling to one side. You can drop into the fetal position, rest your head on your arm if that feels good. 1 or 2 breaths here. And then using your arm strength to press up and away from your mat, coming back to a seated position. Once you arrive upright, maybe take a couple of rolls through your shoulders. Maybe drop your right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder, chin to chest, arriving back at neutral. Take a moment here, hands to heart center, close your eyes. Deep breath in, full breath out. Taking a moment to acknowledge your time on your mat, your time in your practice today. A gentle reminder that there is light in your heart. May it shine onto every person that you meet. The good in me sees the good in you. Namaste.